Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh standing in the face of the desperate Dems today, declaring his innocence, denying all Democratic allegations, calling out the Dems for their vile politics of personal destruction.
I will not be intimidated into withdrawing from this process. You've tried hard. You've given it your all. No one can question your effort. But your coordinated and well-funded effort to destroy my good name and destroy my family will not drive me out. The vile threats of violence against my family will not drive me out.
Joining us tonight at that hearing, Kimberley Strassel, member of the editorial board for the Wall Street Journal. Kimberley, great to have you with us. You tweeted throughout. How are you doing? That was a long day. And as always, I loved both your comments and your observations throughout the day. I thought that Dr. Ford, it is obvious the woman is in considerable pain. She's lived a life of some pain. It's clear to me, frankly, after watching from here, Judge Kavanaugh, this is a man who has been wronged, and it raises the specter of exploitation by the radicalized Dems of the Judiciary Committee.
Yeah, I think the important thing here, Lou, is a lot of people talking about her performance, his performance. At the end of the day, despite all this conversation about credibility, the thing that mattered was, did she go into that hearing and did she present any more evidence than what she already had, which is really none? And she did not. And in that regard, it was not necessarily a good day for that side, because the problem here, obviously, is that this is one accusation. She still cannot say where or when. The three people she named still continue to deny that this happened. And if you don't have evidence, then you don't have a case. Because this is not a popularity contest. Lots of people both present as credible. And it's why, in the end, we judge things on evidence. And you had the judge come in there and emphatically and again clearly deny that this ever happened.
Yeah, it seems to me that if you cannot sympathize with Dr. Ford, if a person cannot sympathize with Judge Kavanaugh and his family, as well as her and her family, you don't have a heart. I mean, these people are in one of the worst. Well, as Judge Kavanaugh said, his family, he and his family have been through hell and more, as has, I'm sure, Dr. Ford. But your point is exact. And it's the point that seemed to me to be elusive on the part of both the Republicans and the Democrats. There is no evidence. It's not simply a matter of, as Judge Kavanaugh himself had to point out to them, a matter of there's no corroboration. There is refutation. The names that she's put forward to support her story all have refuted the existence of the event, the knowledge of Judge Kavanaugh at that time, and had no memory of being anywhere near a place that looked or sounded like what she described.
Well, the one person who did make that case out in the hallway in a break during the hearing was, in fact, Senator Lindsey Graham, and that was prior to his big statement in there. And he said, again, the same thing. This is not about credibility. This is about whether or not there are any corroborating evidence to show this. And he had another point, correct as well, Lou, that I think is being missed. When he gave that somewhat impassioned statement, what he was essentially saying is, look, this has become about much more than just one man and a job on the court. This is now going to be a judgment on the antics that we have seen waged on the other side, on ambush allegations, on anonymous allegations, on hiding them from people, on sending coat hangers and rape threats to Susan Collins's office. And if you vote no on this man, you are legitimizing that. You're also, by the way, if you're a Republican senator, you are saying that a sitting federal judge on the appeals court in D.C. lied to the Senate and has committed perjury and potentially is open to impeachment.
Do you think that
those are very serious stakes?
Oh, and by the way, in support of what you said, Graham was amazing and gained much respect. We have 10 seconds. Do you think that he gets confirmed?
I think the chances are very high. I don't understand how a Republican now, if they believe in due process, would not vote yes.
It's a hard out. Thanks.